Sugar Mike, have you ever said that the women need to be more responsible in closing their legs, and if they close their legs, then they wouldn't have the kids, so it's not the man's fault, it's the woman's for not maintaining her chastity?
So thanks for putting full fucking words in my mouth, Marcus. I ain't
No,
never said
I
anything
don't know if
like
you said
that.
it or not. I'm just guessing.
No. So remember what I said. This is a value thing. This is a value thing. So remember, the problem starts. So with fathers not being present or being isolated and not being able to impact their children. So I think it was Hamp that said he had a question. He said, even though fathers are involved in parenting, should they get most of the blame? And what I did was I looked at how good of a father I am. And I said, what would stop me from having this type of impact on my kids? The only reason I'm able to be this great of a father is because of the proximity that I have to my children. I see them every single day. I actually see them more than their mother does. I drop them off from school and I pick my son up from school. And their mom comes home at like 6 or 7 p.m. All right. So they're both here with me. And that allows me to impress on them, discipline them, pick up all of their behaviors, give instant and constant redirection every single day. Take me out of this home. There's no way I could be that efficient. It's not possible. So one of the things one of the statements I was making about daughters is that if fathers aren't there to teach the girls the value, their own value and self-respect, then that's the largest part of the problem right there. That's the largest part of the problem. No dude is having sex with women that respect. I'm sorry. We're not having this issue with birth, with irresponsible birth, with respectable women, with women that understand self-respect. Almost every problem we complain about is about self-respect. Think about it like this. Don't we talk about all these panels all the time about how these women need to respect men? Well, we're doing it backwards. We're doing it backwards. Find me a woman who has a large amount of self-respect that is out here disrespecting men. If you want to find a woman that's going to respect you, find a woman that respects herself. Find a woman that respects her body. You see what I'm saying? So, of course, we can always attribute the behavior to the Pookies and you got to do better, keep your dick in your pants. But this is what I'm saying. The strictest men in history have raised the best daughters and sons. The same thing you are telling your sons, you are just as hard on your daughters about. And that was my only message.
Sugar might want to ask a question. It just made me kind of think about something. So, because you have some women that are good women, but they find themselves hopping in relationships, and they're still giving it up. It's still a form of them being loose. They're just masking it with the relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, would you say that are respectful to their body?
That's a bit of a nuance into it. So there are levels to this. Some women won't give it up until they have a commitment. That's like a better level of self-respect. Even though we tell them to wait till marriage, realistically, we know most women won't. And what we've kind of we've made it acceptable for women to basically have sex with their boyfriend, a man that's committed to them. And in that same thing, they run the risk of it all being turned around on them in the wrong way. Because one of the things we do to men in this society is we always expect men to be sure of every decision they make, and that's not possible. So a dude can actually love you, live with you, but the relationship isn't really working out. He'll keep having sex with you, and he's tarnishing you. This is why we promote self-respect for daughters. This is why dads need to be there. Be like, look, man, it's been 3 years. You living with this dude, he ain't give you no ring. Get out. Get out. Have some self-respect, because he's gonna use your body as long as you let him. Right. So that's really what it's about. Understanding some of the tendencies that men have, because I cannot for the life of me fathom my daughter just giving her best years. That's why we call it her best years to a man who is not showing his intention. And the only way, if it's my daughter, I can't tell the man anything. That's one thing we know about men. You can't tell him to do anything unless you take a shotgun to his crib and his daddy tell him to do it or some shit. But I can tell my daughter to have some self-respect because that's my expectation of her.
That was a fancy way of saying no.
Yeah, it was.
No. The answer is no. That she don't.
Yeah.
She's disrespecting the body.
Trigger Mike, how do you feel about my body, my choice era of the ability for women to determine whether or not they have the child and the man having no say?
I don't think there's ever anything, I don't think there's ever anything we're going to be able to do about it when it comes to a woman's body. What I think is these things are always they're psychological. So we need to start for men to, it's not fair. That's one thing. It's not fair for a man to have no say so over his biological property, but you want to make him financially responsible after the baby's born. Okay, so that's not fair. So you have to give a man a way to emancipate himself. If the woman is going to make an ultimate decision that affects him, we have to find a way to equalize it. And it's not really, because look at the topic. It's not really that we don't want men to take accountability for the children. We just want people to make responsible decisions overall. So look at the level. If you tell a woman a man has the right not to be on child support, boy, them legs go close like them legs go close. Like, no, I know it's your body, your choice. You could keep the baby, but he's not financially responsible. Boy, that's gonna be
Are financial abortions on your proposed legislation, or is that something y'all thinking about?
Come on, man. You think I would talk this candidly about this stuff and it wasn't already it wasn't already written down? Absolutely. And just to be fair, it's not a real thing. It's a psychological thing. It's basically this is my ultimate platform. Give women the equality they ask for. Society would go back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. The my body, my choice. They just missing a my. It should be my body, my choice, my responsibility.
Yep.
You add that last part, your body, your choice, your responsibility.
They have way too many things leaning in their favor. I know in New York, a woman could put you as a baby father on the birth certificate. If you don't respond in a certain time, you're responsible for that child, even if you're not the father.
California too.
You know what else is in my legislation, Marcus? You know what else is in there? Mandatory. So you do the my body, my choice. We don't get the financial abortion because that's probably not going to happen. That means the government might be responsible, right? They don't want that. So mandatory. Now you have to give. It's mandatory joint custody. You keep the baby for 9 years. He pays you child support. He gets the baby at 9 years old, and you pay him child support. Boy, them legs gonna close instantly. And then women ain't paying their child support. Let's stop lying.